Tool Shave. And by Lumber Liquidators, hardwood flooring for less. Tight one early on here in our first match of the day. Ryan Shafer, Mika Koivuniemi fighting for the right to take on 2-seed Tommy Jones. Time now for our weekly Lumber Liquidators Know the Wood segment.
The 42-foot U.S. Open oil pattern is the toughest, nastiest lubricity the players have faced all season long. Why so tough, you ask? Look at this ocean of blue. This is solid oil from gutter to gutter. This is a flat 1-to-1 ratio oil pattern, meaning that all 39 boards are oiled exactly the same. What does that mean? Simple. Hit your target with the right amount of velocity and revolutions, or pay the price. The U.S. Open oil pattern is all about shot making.
Thank you, as always, for your knowledge, Randy.
I told you it was coming.
Patience is a virtue. It's not one of my strengths. Ryan Shafer down 12 as he gets up to close out the sixth. Third strike of the afternoon for Shafer.
And Rob, Mika Koivuniemi had the choice of starting lane. He chose to have Ryan Shafer start the match to force Ryan to throw the first shot after the commercial break. Well, Ryan Shafer stepped up and pured one right there, my friend.
That strategy didn't quite work out for Mika, but Mika in good shape early on. 4 strikes, 2 spares through 6 as we begin the 7th. Shafer down a dozen. Footing issues again, but he was able to get that one down for his second double.
Yeah, it looked like he was ice skating up there and somehow found a way to direct that ball on line. Looked like he made an adjustment after the 5th frame where he went high, leaving the 3-6. It looked like he moved a little bit deeper. Nice adjustment for Ryan Shafer, and now it's a 2-pin match. Mika Koivuniemi through 6 frames, absolutely perfect in the pocket, 4 strikes and 2 10-pins.
Back on the strike train is Major Mika. All the time we've been spending with Mika this year in our production meetings for the television shows, we've learned a lot of finish. We've learned that latte is carry, right? Latte is carry, and
something like that.
Kato is strike.
Kato.
So we asked him yesterday, well, what does Koivuniemi mean? And it translates Koivu to birch tree and Niemi to peninsula. And then Mika would just be, you know, Mike, right? So here's Mike, birch tree peninsula, stepping up in the 8th, working on a strike in the 7th. Mike, birch tree peninsula. I think I like Mika Koivuniemi a smidge better.
Yeah, that's a bad man right now, and he's throwing it absolutely beautifully. You know, it's funny when we interview him, he doesn't give up a whole lot about why he's been so successful this season, but I'm going to give you a couple right now. Great balance at the foul line. His arm swing is just as pure as anything I've ever seen in the sport in terms of the direction of it. His arm swing is just beautiful. His body position at the foul line for a big guy, he's perfectly balanced. He's got his weight over his left knee. And then he's got a great mind. He's really confident right now.
7-10 left by Shafer. Circle this one. This may be where the tight match is broken open.
Well, if he wants to stay in this match, he's going to have to become the 4th player in the history of bowling on television to convert the 7-10 split. I've made the 7-10 split in this building. It can be made here.
Goes after the 10. No dice. Open frame. First of the match for Shafer. Down 26 now.
Now he must somehow find a way to gather and come back and strike out to have a chance in this match. If he does strike out, he'll shoot 223. Mika Koivuniemi is already at 229.
Back on the strike train is Shafer. And again, go back to last night. Just about everybody in this building wrote off Ryan Shafer with the start he had and the burst that Bill O'Neill had coming out of the gate. Shafer was able to claw his way back in there in advance to today's show. And again, Ryan Shafer, no stranger to the majors, just stranger to the winner's circle. Has never won a major, just 4 PBA Tour titles on his resume. Mika looking for 3 in a row. This would be taking a nail and getting ready to put it in the coffin.
Well, this shot is just way left. A little over anxious, I think, Rob, because a strike there in the 9th frame and then good count in the 10th, the match is over. But you can see just how well inside that rangefinder he is. But the break is only leaving the 3-pin. I mean, that's huge. Remember just a couple of weeks ago at the Masters against Tom Hess, Mika looked like he was in control and then inexplicably came up with a couple of shots that went right through the nose, leaving huge splits.
So Mika remains clean with a spare in the 9th, the lead at 25 as we begin the 10th. Koivuniemi won the 2000 Masters, won the 01 US Open, and won this year's version of the Tournament of Champions.
And all he needs is 8 spare 8 to move on.
Head on over to PBA.com right now to submit your More of What Matters to You fan question, brought to you by the makers of One a Day, directed to our #1 seed today, Norm Duke. If your question is picked, you'll be recognized on air, and Norm will answer it live. Big fist pump for the Big Fin.
This match is over. This is a great shot here when he needed it most. See that ball that time just right of the rangefinder. The great hand gets the ball to tip ever so slightly down the lane. And then the nice pin carry.
Strike number 8 for Major Mika. First title he ever won on the PBA Tour was a major. He's looking for his 2nd major of the season and his 2nd ever US Open title.
Chris Barnes knew what he was talking about a few months ago when he said Mika was bowling better than anybody on the planet, and he's proving it.
Mika Koivuniemi will move on to take on your 2 seed Tommy Jones. Jones, the 30th greatest player in PBA history. The 32-year-old South Carolina native is on deck. The 2 seed gunning for his 2nd career US Open crown.